Okay, good morning, students. Myself is Dr. Santosh Kumar Chaudhary, leader in chemistry. Last class we discussed about the SN1 and SN2 reactions. And SN1 reaction means nucleophilic substitution reaction. And SN2 reaction means nucleophilic substitution reaction bimolecular. SN1 means nucleophilic substitution reaction unimolecular. So in SN1 reaction and SN2 reaction there is some difference. The difference is the SN1 reaction shown by tertiary alkyl halide, allylic halide, benzylic halide, and SN2 reaction are shown by primary alkyl halide in somewhat extent to secondary alkyl halide. The order and molecularity of SN1 reaction is 1. The order and molecularity of SN2 reaction is 2. Okay. Next, the SN1 reaction mechanism consists of 2 steps. First step is formation of carbocation, which is a slow step. What you call it is a rate determining step. Whereas in SN2 reaction, it is completely one step. In one step, the nucleophile will attack to the positively charged carbon atom on the opposite side of the halogen atom to form a transition state. And the formation of the transition state is a slow step. In transition state, the carbon is bonded with 5 different atom or group. That means it is bonded to entering the nucleophile and partly bonded to the outgoing halide ion. That's why the transition state is quite unstable, and the transition state further decompose to give the substituted product and the halide ions. And one of the major difference between the SN1 and SN2 reaction is the stereochemical reactions. That is, in case of SN1 reaction, an optical active alkyl halide always gives a racemic product, means one is D form, another is L form. And D form and L form, what it form due to the attack of the nucleophile to the carbonium ion, which is a trigonal planet shape above the plane as well as below the plane. That's why it can form 2 structures. One structure is called retention structure and is called inversion structure. But in case of SN2 reaction, it always gives the opposite enantiomer. That means if you are starting with a D form, the product must be a L form, as the nucleophile attack to the opposite side of the carbon atom to the opposite side of the halogen. Okay, student. Now today we will discuss the substitution reaction and elimination reaction of alkyl halide. You know, the alkyl halides undergoes the substitution reaction, means the halogen atom of alkyl halide gets substituted by a nucleophile to give a new product. For example, when Rx, the halogen atom, when substituted by a nucleophile OH minus ion, then it gives a product that is ROH. You see, the alkyl halide, that is halogen atom, get converted into OH, means alkyl halide get converted into alcohol. Means the alcohol can easily prepared from alkyl halide by the substitution reaction. As alkyl halides are very reactive, it reactive towards air, reactive towards water. So the alkyl halide is the starting key compound from starting free compound for different class of aliphatic compounds. Means we can prepare the various class of organic compound. Means you can prepare alkane, alkene, alkyne, alcohol, ether, amines, carboxylic acid, ester, ether. So the various class of the compound we can be synthesized from alkyl halide by the substitution reaction and by taking the appropriate nucleophilic reagent. That's why the alkyl halide one of the most important compound for a chemist. In other words, you can say it is a tool. It is a tool of a organic chemist. So whenever you try to convert one compound to another compound, first the given compound, suppose X is given to you, you convert to Y. So you try to convert the compound X into the alkyl halide. And from the alkyl halide, we can convert the Y. Okay, students? Today we'll discuss, we can synthesis the alkyl halide can be converted into alcohol by the action of aqueous potassium hydroxide. When alkyl halide treated with aqueous potassium hydroxide, the halogen atom of alkyl halide replaced by OH group. Then automatically the compound gives you alcohol. Alkyl halide can be converted into ether by the action of sodium alkoxide. Using NaOH means hydroxide. The hydrogen atom of the hydroxide when substituted by alkyl group, then you can say alkoxide. Sodium alkoxide means if R is equal to methyl group, then you can say sodium methoxide, sodium ethoxide, sodium propoxide, like this. The alkyl halide can be converted into amines. Means you can convert this primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine by the action of alcoholic ammonia. Alcoholic ammonia means the ammonia gas dissolved in ethyl alcohol. That's called alcoholic ammonia. Again, this alkyl halide can be converted to alkane nitrile. Nitrile means RCN by the action of alcoholic potassium cyanide. You see, when alkyl halide reacts with potassium cyanide, we increase one more carbon atom. That's why this reaction always used to increase one more carbon atom in the molecule. Means, suppose you want to convert methane to ethane. In methane there is one carbon atom, but in ethane there is two carbon atom. To convert the methane to ethane, we have to increase one more carbon atom. Carbon atom can be increased by the action of alkyl halide. That means the methane is converted to methyl chloride and methyl bromide, and methyl bromide and then convert to ethyl nitriles. Again, this ethyl nitriles is one of the best intermediate, and this ethyl nitride on reduction means addition of hydrogen, it gives you primary amine. And this is on hydrolysis in presence of acid. That is called acidic hydrolysis. It gives you carboxylic acid. The alkyl halide can be converted into nitroalkane by the action of AgNO2. The alkyl halide can be converted into alkyl nitrite means RONO by the action of KNO2. The alkyl halide can be converted into ester. What is ester? RCOO Rdase. By the action of RCOOAG, that is silver salt of carboxylic acid react to form ester. Similarly, we can also prepare the alkyne from alkyl halide, what we will discuss in later on when they react with metal, or the alkyne can also prepare. What is alkyne? RC triple bond Cr by the action of RC triple bond CNA. This is called sodium alkynides. The sodium alkylide can be prepared from alkyne 1. I think you will discuss all these things in alkyne chapter, and that is called substitution reaction. This one gets substituted by a alkyl group sodium. That is a electrophilic substitution reaction. So you see, the various class of organic compound can be synthesized from alkyl halide. You can prepare alcohol, you can prepare ether, we can prepare amines, that means primary, secondary, tertiary, and we can run alkyl nitriles. And by the action of RCN, this alkyl nitril reduced to form primary amine, that is carboxylic acid. Almost all class of organic compound can be synthesized from alkyl halide. That's why alkyl halide one of the important key compounds for a organic chemist. Students, you remember the synthesis of various class of compounds. Suppose I want to synthesize alcohol, so I want to prepare carboxylic acid, I want to prepare amines, so the starting material will be alkyl halide. Or in your organic chemistry, mainly during conversion, you convert this one, A is given, convert to B, means we have to see what is the reaction of A and what intermediate compound, what compound will form. From that compound, how can you prepare B. That's why the table is most important. You remember how the X of the alkyl halide get converted to different essential or required functional group. You will discuss in one by one. You write this table and remember this, how the alkyl halide get converted into various class of organic compound. Okay students, first we come to the substitution reaction. One, reaction with aqueous potassium hydroxide or moist silver oxide. So when alkyl halide means RCH2X, this is called alkyl halide, the primary alkyl halide, and you know the reactivity order, the tertiary more reactive than secondary, which is more reactive than primary. All are react, but the reactivity order is different. So this is your primary alkyl halide. This primary alkyl halide when treated with aqueous potassium hydroxide, aqueous means that dissolve in water, and this X, this K react to form ROH plus KX. This is your, RCH2OH. This is your what? Alcohol. So what will happen? When alkyl halide treated with aqueous potassium hydroxide to form the corresponding alcohol. Means what happens when alkyl halide treated with aqueous potassium hydroxide? When alkyl halide treated with aqueous potassium hydroxide, it gives the corresponding what? Alcohol. By simply substituting the halogen atom alkyl halide with the OH nucleophile. Similarly, alkyl halide react with moist silver oxide means silver hydroxide. This means this is your moist means dissolved in water. Moist silver oxide gives you silver hydroxide, and this is the AgX, and it gives you RCH2OH plus AgX. And this is your alcohol. Now, between these two processes, this one is the best process, best for the preparation of alcohol. Why it is best, we will discuss later. Okay? Suppose if you take ethyl bromide, you treat it with aqueous potassium hydroxide or aqueous silver oxide, what product will give? It is the same product. What product? This Br gets substituted by the OH group. It became bromoethane, this is, and it gives you CH3, CH2, OH. This is your ethanol. You see, the ethyl bromide is converted to ethanol. Okay, students? Suppose you take CH3, CHBr, CH3, that is 2-bromo propane, and treated with aqueous silver oxide. What product will give? This will be changes to what? OH. Can you write this? And the product, what you will get, that is called propane to OH. Okay, students, you see how the alcohol is prepared from alkyl halide. Now, I give some a question, identify A, B means you can easily identify now. Suppose this is given to you, CH3, CH double bond, CH2, it treated with HBr in presence of CCl4, and this gives you A. And when this A is treated with aqueous potash, it gives B. When the B is treated with, suppose you are treated with PCl5, it gives C. So, what is A, what is B, what is C? Can you identify? Very easy to identify. You see, this is a double bond to double bond has been added. This is gives you some bromide. Because Br this side, H this side, it gives CH3, CH, Br bond CH3. This is some bromide. You can write what is this bromide. When this bromide treated with KOH, aqueous KOH, it gives you OH group. Means double bond convert to bromide, bromide convert to OH group. Or this is when treated with Cl, it became OH became Cl. Okay, student, can you write? Can you write now? What will happen this one? This became CH3, CH, Br, CH3. You try, then you answer. Again this one, CH3, CH, OH, CH3. Again this CH3 will convert to CH3, CH, Cl, CH3. This is your A, this is your B, this is your C. That means during the identification or during conversion, we have to remember the method of preparation as well as its characteristics. Then the organic chemistry is very easy, just like a mathematics. Okay, students, I will give another question to you. The another question is suppose convert ethanol to iodoethane. How can you elaborate ethanol? CH3, CH2, OH. This is treated with PCl5. This gives you CH3, CH2, Cl. Mind it, you can write the major product, not any other product. And this is when treated with NaR in presence of acetone. What is now this reaction? The name of the reaction is halogen exchange reaction or Finkelstein reaction. So it became CH3, CH2. Okay, student. So when you know the characteristics, we apply. You try to convert this to this, that to this, this to this. Then what you learn in this characteristics preparation, we can utilize it, can remember more. That means there must be required some application part. If we apply what you know, then it can be easy to remember. Okay, student, this is one of the method how the alkyl halide react with aqueous solution of potassium hydroxide. When alkyl halide react with potassium hydroxide, aqueous potassium hydroxide, it convert corresponding alcohol, means the halogen atom of alkyl halide gets substituted by OH group. Now come to the second reaction. Second one, reaction with sodium alkoxide. That is your NaOR. And due to the sodium alkoxide, you can use to prepare the ether. Then alkyl halide react with sodium alkoxide. Okay, we take RTS. Means this is one alkyl group, another alkyl. It gives you corresponding ether. Sorry. So it gives you ROR dash plus NX. This is your ether. Suppose you take ethyl bromide, sodium ethoxide. This is called ethyl bromide, and this is called sodium ethoxide. It gives what? This is the B. This will be gives NaBr. So it gives you C2H5O, C2H5 plus NaBr. This is called diethyl ether. Or ethoxy ethane. What it gives it is ethoxy ethane. So this reaction, this synthesis, ethoxy is known as Williamson's reaction. And in Williamson reaction, only primary alkyl halide is used. Okay. Next, the ether can also be synthesized from alkyl halide by another using another reagent, and this is that is 2 molecules of alkyl halide RX hit with dry silver oxide. What do you? Dry silver oxide with another molecule of alkyl halide. This one molecule, this another molecule. When you hit this, it gets lost 2 molecules of HCX. So it became ROR. ROR. Have everyone? R from the silver oxide O, and another R is another alkyl molecule. This is your ether plus 2 HCX. Mind it, you have to take the dry silver oxide, not moist silver oxide. If you give the moist silver oxide, it forms the alcohol. Okay, so this is what these are the same. So you can say this is your symmetrical ether. Means both the alkyl are same. Suppose if you take methyl bromide heated with 2 molecules ethyl bromide, heat with dry silver oxide, what it gives? The R is here, CS3. This one molecule, this another molecule, you get 2 molecules. So it gives you CS3O, CS3 plus 2 Ag. And this one is dimethyl ether. Dimethyl ether. Okay, this is the process to convert the alkyl halide into the ether by Williamson reactions. And Williamson reaction, the primary alkyl halide only used, not secondary, tertiary. When the secondary or tertiary alkyl halide is used, it can form the alkene, not the ether. That's why the primary alkyl halides are used to synthesis ether, from to synthesis ether. And ether can also, the symmetrical ether can also prepare from alkyl halide by what? By the heat with dry silver oxide. Okay students, next we come to action with ammonia. You know, alkyl halide will react with ammonia, alcohol soda ammonia. It gives the mixture of primary, secondary and tertiary amines. So, when alkyl halide treated with alcoholic solution of ammonia, the halogen atom of alkyl halide, the hydrogen atom of ammonia get react to form a molecule of HX, it get lost HX, it form RNH2. This is your primary amines. And this primary amine further react with another molecule of alkyl halide. Because so much alkyl halide is there, you cannot take one. So it again lost molecule of HX, it form R, NH, R, this is your secondary amine. And this secondary amine further react with another molecule of alkyl halide. This hydrogen can be replaced by halogen alkyl group to form R, N, R, R. This is called tertiary amine. Again, this tertiary amine further react with another molecule of alkyl halide. It form R4, N plus, X minus. This is called quaternary salt. You see, the alkyl halide first react with alcoholic solution of ammonia to form primary amines, and the primary further react second molecule alkyl halide to form secondary amines. The second amine further react another molecule alkyl halide to form tertiary amines, and the tertiary amine finally to form a stable product that is called quaternary salt. That means once the reaction starts, it ends with this one, that is a chain reaction. It is a what reaction? Chain reaction. And this is known as aminolysis of alkyl halide. What is that? This is known as aminolysis of alkyl halide. Okay, that's why when alkyl halide react with the alkali solution ammonia, it gives the primary mixture of primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine. Finally, you get a stable salt that is called quaternary salt. Okay, students, can you write now? If you take ethyl bromide react with alcoholic solution of ammonia. See, the R is now ethyl. So this is called ethyl bromide. And this ethyl when react, it form C2H5NH2, and this is called primary amine, that is called aminoethane amine or ethylamine, which further react with another molecule of ethyl bromide, it gives C2H5NH C2H5. You can say this is N-ethyl ethylamine, that is this IPEC name, which further react with another molecule of ethyl bromide. So it gives C2H5 N C2H5 N. This is called, this is C2H5. We can say NN diethyl ethane amine, and is further it another molecule of ethyl bromide. It gives a stable salt, that is called quaternary salt. It gives you C2H5 whole 4 and plus Br minus. This is tetra ethyl ammonium quaternary salt. So any alkyl halide, that is X, can react with ammonia, alcohols of ammonia. It gives A, this then it gives B. This is another react with molecule, again C like this one. Finally, it forms a stable salt. Okay, students. So this is the action of ammonia with alkyl halide. You try to practice it. You take the general reaction first. Then try yourself. You starting with the ethyl bromide. What product is given? Just like the mathematics, just the R is replaced by C2H5 or C2H5 for R. Then other part remain almost same. Okay. Next we'll come to reaction with alcoholic solution of potassium cyanide. KCl means potassium cyanide. So when alkyl halide react with alcoholic solution of potassium cyanide, means potassium cyanide dissolve in alcohol. Mind it, potassium cyanide deadly poisonous. So when potassium cyanide react with alkyl halide, this can be RCN. Substitution reaction, the halogen atom of alkyl halide gets substituted by the cyanide ion. This is called alkane nitrile by losing a molecule of KX. And this alkane nitriles is one of the important compound. It can reduce means addition of hydrogen. Reduction means addition of hydrogen. Suppose you take the reducing agent lithium aluminum hydride. What will happen? The R C triple bond N, when reduced, this is one of the sigma bond, other two is pi bond. The pi bond is break here. This side H, this side H. Again another pi bond is break, this side H, this side H, and this became, what will happen? This became R C single bond C, H2 single bond NH2. That way the cyanide group is reduced to form CH2 NH2 group. So what will happen? This cyanide group now reduce to give R CH2 NH2. This is your primary amine. You see, there is R, here R. But one more carbon atom increases due to reaction with cyanide. That's why this reaction particularly used to aciding the carbon atom in the organic molecule. Aciding means to raise the number of carbon atoms. So this group can also be hydrolysis. H2O hydrolysis means reaction with water, and acidic hydrolysis means in presence of any mineral acid like HCl, sulfuric acid like this. In acidic hydrolysis, this group, that is CN group, is hydrolyzed to form COOH. This is your carboxylic acid. Okay, students? So, suppose I will take the methyl bromide. I treated this one with alcoholic solution of potassium cyanide. It gives what? CH3, CN, and this can be reduced. That is, on reduction, this group will reduce to give CH3, CH2, NH2. This is ethanamine, and this is on hydrolysis. It gives CH3, and this group hydrolyzed to give COOH. So the Br group it changes to CN. The CN group changes to CH2NH2. CN group also changes to COH. So you see, what we learn this one, the methyl bromide can be converted into ethylamine, ethanamine. Methyl bromide can convert to acetic acid. This is what? Acetic acid. Suppose I will write, suppose CS3 Br treated with reagent A, it gives CS3 CN, and this is on reduction, it gives B, it is on hydrolysis, it gives you C. Can you identify what is A, what is B, what is C? It's just comparison. A is your alcoholic solution of potassium cyanide, and B is your ethanamine or ethylamine, and C is your acetic acid. Okay, students, this is the action of alkyl halide with alcoholic solution of potassium cyanide. Okay, next come to suppose in place of potassium cyanide, you take the silver cyanide. Alcoholic solution of silver cyanide will give the same product or not. You will not get a same product because potassium cyanide, which is ionic in nature, and the negative charge carried by the carbon atom. That's why carbon will attack to the halogenated carbon atom. That's why there is a formation C-C bond. But AgCN is a covalent compound. In this covalent compound, the nitrogen atom carrying the negative charge. That's why the nitrogen atom now attack to the carbon atom which possesses the halogen atom, because the halogen possesses carbon atom possesses partially what charge? Positive charge. That's why you get some different other compound. So now the alkyl halide when react with alcoholic solution of AgCN, it will form R, because nitrogen attack to here. So RNC. It is what? RNC by losing a molecule of AgX, and this is called alkyl isocyanate or alkyl carbyl amine. Now this alkyl carbyl amine, which on a reduction it gives you RNHCH3. This is your secondary amine. And this on hydrolysis, acidic hydrolysis, it gives you RNH2. This is your primary amine, and the CN group with hydrolysis to give formic acid. You see the reaction of alkyl halide with KCN and reaction with AgCN is quite different. Although KCN, AgCN almost same compound. We will discuss how it is different. Suppose you would take ethyl bromide. I react with alcoholic solution of AgCN. Can you write the product? The product is CH3, CH2, and C, ethyl carbyl amine or ethyl isocyanate. This is on hydrolysis. Suppose this is on reduction, this group will reduce to what group? This one. So this will give you CH3, CH2, NH, CH3. This is N-methyl ethanamine. And this is on hydrolysis, gives you CH3. What gives? CH3, CH2, NH2 plus HCOO. This is your formic acid. Okay, so I can write this equation. Suppose ethyl bromide react with alcoholic solution of AgCN, it gives A. This is on a reduction, it gives B, and this is on hydrolysis, it gives C plus formic acid. Can you identify what is A, what is B, what is C? By using this one, you can easily identify. Okay, student. Now the question is, The alkyl halide react with potassium cyanide and react with AgCN, or why they are different, two different products. What the reason? Because this is your potassium cyanide, which is ionic in nature, whereas AgCN is covalent in nature. As ionic nature, it can produce the cyanide ion, in which the carbon atom carrying the negative charge. That's why this carbon will attack to the positively charged carbon atom of alkyl halide. But in this age is a covalent nature, the negative charge carried by nitrogen, and this nitrogen will attack to the positively charged of carbonyl alkyl halide. That's why this is a nucleophile, this has a nucleophile, same molecular formula, but the charge have different. The negative charge possessed by carbon atom here negative charge possessed by the nitrogen atom. That's why this type of nucleophile is known as amphiphile. What phile? Amphiphile. Okay. Now come to how the alkyl halide is react with KNO2, that is potassium nitrite. When alkyl halide react with alcoholic solution of KNO2, in KNO2 is ionic nature, and the oxygen atom carrying the negative charge, it form RONO. This is called alkyl nitrite by using a molecule of KX. Suppose if you take ethyl bromide that react with alcoholic solution of KNO2, it gives you C2H5ONO. This is called ethyl nitrite, and this is called ethyl bromide. That means the halogen atom of alkyl halide is substituted by the nitrite group. The nitrite group, the oxygen atom carrying the negative charge. When alkyl halide react with alcoholic solution of AgNO2, that is silver nitrite. In silver nitrite, the covalent nature and the negative charge possessed by the nitrogen atom. So, alkyl halide that react with alcoholic solution of AgNO2, this can be substituted. That is, gives you RNO2. This is called your nitroalkane by using a molecule of AgX. And suppose you take ethyl bromide that react with alcoholic solution of AgNO2. What product we get? the Br can be replaced by the nitro group. This is called nitroethane by losing molecular HgBr. Here also the reaction of alkyl halide with KNO2 and AgNO2 to give two different products, because KNO2 ionic nature, it provides NO2 the negative charge possessed by the oxygen atom, and in case of AgNO2 this is your covalent nature, it provides the nucleophile in which the nitrogen atom carry the negative charge, and this is also known as amphiphile. That means when the oxygen atom carry negative charge or nitrogen atom the negative charge, that must require a source. If it ionic source, the oxygen atom carry negative charge. If it covalent source, the negative charge possessed by the nitrogen. Okay, students, this is the action of alkyl halide with what? AgNO2 and AgNO2. Next we come to reaction with silver salt of carboxylic acid, that is RCOOH. In the silver salt of carboxylic acid, this is negative, this is positive, because acetate ion, carboxylate ion is negative, silver is positive. So alkyl halide when react with silver salt of carboxylic acid, it get lost molecular HgX, and this X is substituted, this is one is substituted by this group, so it became R dash COO, R dash COO. What is it? This is R, because this is bonded to R. This is called ester. Suppose if you take silver acetate that react with ethyl bromide, it get lost molecular HgBr. What product we get? This one is replaced by this one. So it became CS3 COO C2H5. So this is called ethyl acetate. It is one of the ester. Okay, students. Now this is the action of alkyl halide with the silver salt of carboxylic acid. Next come to reaction with alkenides, sodium alkenides. So what is reaction with sodium alkenide? So what is alkenides? So from alkyne to alkenide. So this is your alkyne, And this when hydrogen atom replaced by sodium, you can say sodium alkenides. These sodium alkenides, that means this is negative part, this is your positive part, this is solid. This is called sodium alkene, because from alkyne, sodium alkene react with alkyl halide. This is your alkyl halide. It gives you, it lost molecular NaX, it became RC triple bond C R dash. This is your alkyne. This is your alkyne. Suppose I will take sodium ethanite. From ethyne, you can prepare sodium ethanite, you know, in the substitution reaction of alkyne 1. So, this react with suppose ethyl bromide. What is product will get? You will get CH triple bond to CH triple bond C C2 H5 by using molecular NaBr. This is called but 1 YNE. 1, 2, 3, 4, but triple bond 1. But 1 YNE. Can you convert now? Can you convert now? So, acetylene to butyne. This is your ethyne. This is your but 1 YNE. Can you convert? Very easy. You first you take this ethyne, treated this sodium in liquid ammonia. This hydrogen atom or this hydrogen atom can be replaced by sodium, that gives you CH triple bond C minus Na plus. This is called sodium ethanite. This sodium ethanite react with ethyl bromide by using molecular NaBr. What will happen? This sodium can be substituted by ethyl group, that is called electro substitution for this one, but this one, for this one, this is called electrophilic substitution reaction, because this one replaced by this one. Na plus replaced by C2H5 plus. But for this one, it is nucleophilic substitution reaction. So it became CH triple bond C C2H5. This is your but 1 YNE. That means, if you remember the properties, we can convert any compound by through setting intermediate compounds. And it requires little bit idea, then you can start this one. If you remember all the characteristics of the compound and their method of preparation, then it is easy to convert. Okay students, this is all about your substitution reaction of alkyl halide. You can practice first you read this one and show the slides, and then you write the reagent sign. And you write the reagent. The first subtract molecules, then write the reagent, then try to write the product. Okay, students, this is all about the substitution reaction of alkyl halide, and you have to remember this. In next class we will discuss some elimination reactions, and we also discuss the reaction with metal. Okay, students, this was today, and we will meet again in next class. Thank you.